Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So we're going to do these 4 molds that I made, and this is a little owl. It's on a little branch, so I'm going to paint the branch with my Baltic Day 30-piece chrome powder kit, the brown, and I'm going to paint his little talons with the orange, and then we will fill him up with white. Now this is a taper candle holder of Santa Claus. So we're going to fill him with white resin. I'm going to use the Uncle Pours Ultra White and try it out today. I just opened it so that we should be ready to go. And we'll pour both of these white. We'll paint them up after. Now this is a little hedgehog, a little diamondy hedgehog that I thought we would do. And I'm just going to drop some of this bronze gold Let's Resin alcohol ink in there and pour clear resin in there. That's what we're going to do with him. Now, for my flower here, the center down in there, I'm going to take my champagne Baltic Day chrome powder and try to paint just the little tiny bits of the center. And then we're going to mix up some resin, and we're going to mix in the rainbow red by Eye Candy. I think it's a really pretty pink and will look really pretty for this flower. So I'm not going to do it on a time lapse because I only got a couple of little things to paint up. So it shouldn't take us long. Now let's see if I can get this chrome powder in there without having it fly on everything else. Okay. Because I just want the center in the powder. If I can get it in there, make it look good. Okay, let me try to go up the sides there. Almost. But the flower I molded this from, that's like the centerpiece. I don't know what you call those little things. It's the little points that the little bees come and collect the nectar. Okay, I think that's good. Looks pretty good to me. Okay. And that is champagne. Okay. All right. Now, this one here, let's do our little talons first if I can. Okay. Let's see here. I hope I don't end up having to paint this up after I pour it. I want it to look pretty now. Okay. And this was just a little crystal piece that I molded from that I had found. Okay. Almost. Okay, I think the orange is good. I hope. It's kind of hard to tell with chrome powder sometimes if they're good or not. Maybe just a little bit more on that one just to make sure. That looks better. Okay. Now let's get our brown for the stick that he's sitting on. I was going to use a regular brown color, but then I thought, well, the chrome might look better since we're doing his talons in chrome. And guys, on the Eye Candy, I do have a 10% discount code on all Eye Candy products. You can use however many times you like, whenever you want, if you use their products. It's only good on their website. I hate these brushes. The bristles just fall out. These are the Jessup brushes that are supposed to be so great. I wonder if I can get that bristle out. There we go. Now try to prevent any more getting down in there. Okay. Can't tell if I've got it painted up good or not. I think I do. That side anyways. Now, get this side over here. I have not molded these yet. Or I molded the mold. I've just not made a piece out of them. So I don't know how they're going to turn out, but we'll see. And this one was, he was a little difficult to demold. But I think if I just put some soap down in there, then he'll pop right out. Okay, there we go. Now, they're probably going to hold about 2 ounces each, and this one might hold 3. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I think I'm going to mix up about 12 ounces. I know that might be way too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Now, those are both going to be white. So, I'd rather have too much than not enough and make extras. So, we'll get some resin mixed, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. All right, guys, so I've got everything separated. I did put 6 ounces in here, and then I just poured some in each of these that I thought would fill these up. And then I've got, I think about 1 ounce that I'm going to leave in my cup in case I need it for something. So, this one we know is going to stay white, or clear. This one in the back, we are putting in 1 big scoop, 2 scoops. I think that'll be plenty. And this is the Dianca Pours Ultra White. So let's see how that looks. And this will be for both of the owl and the Santa. We're going to do a snow owl. I want it white. Try to get that to mix up. I hope this is a white. Doesn't have a silvery tint to it. Nah, it's still got a silver tint to it. They always do. Okay. They must have to mix silver of some sort with the white to make it. Okay. Now, that should be mixed good enough. I'm going to put all of this in the vacuum chamber. Okay, so let's clean this off so we can use it for the pink. The Eye Candy Rainbow Red. It's a pink to me. Isn't that pink? All right, let's see. If I do a big scoop. Maybe just a smidgen more. Okay. Now let's see how this turns out. That's a pretty pink. It's almost like a purpley pink. Like it's got a purple tint to it. Scrape the sides to get all that mica powder off. You know how it all likes to stick to the side of your cup. I don't care what kind of cup you use, it all likes to stick. Okay. This mixed up. All right, and there's that. So we'll get all of this in the vacuum chamber, and then we'll be back to pour. And I've got some new little extra molds as well. So if we have extras, we can try those out. Not molds that I made. These are all molds that I made. The extras are bought. All right, guys, I'm going to get all this in the vacuum chamber, and we'll be back to pour in just a moment. All right, guys, so I got everything out of the vacuum chamber. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to spritz a little alcohol and try not to get my chrome powders there. And then we're going to try to pour this right down in there. The only thing that is painted up is the limb he is standing on and his talons. So we should be good, I hope. Just going to pour slowly. Okay, I'm going to squish him around. I don't remember if there's anything, maybe his wings or something, that could have bubbles. I don't really quite remember when I made it. Seems like his wings possibly could. Okay, I don't see anything coming out. And I think if there was a bubble down in there, it would probably have came out. All right. Finish pouring this here. And with this being a handmade mold, you don't want to dome it. You'll have too much cleanup. I'll still probably have cleanup, but it's all right. A little bit's good. Now this little Santa, I think, is going to be the cutest. I loved this when I seen it the other day. I'm going to squeeze him as well and make sure there's no places for bubbles to get. Now I did 6 ounces for both of these. I'm telling you, I don't think that took an ounce. Ounce and a half maybe. Okay. I'm going to squeeze this because he's got a little ball on the end of his hat that I think would probably hold a bubble. So we're just going to see if we can press that out there just in case. I don't see anything coming out. So maybe it didn't. All right. Finish him here. And same way, we're not going to dome any of these. Okay. I think that's good. All right. Now, our flour. Now this, I'm going to try my best just to spritz some alcohol down in there and not get my center that I had painted up. Okay. Hopefully no bubbles. And let's see. Just going to kind of gradually let that go down in there. I am going to squeeze it around a little bit because this one's very likely to get bubbles if I don't squeeze him. So let's put a little bit here. Now let's squeeze this. Just in case. Maybe move it around a little bit. Yep, there's. Okay. All right, I'm just going to spritz a little alcohol now that I can get down in there because I've got the center. The alcohol should help press the color out. The color will go down in there and press the alcohol out, is what should happen. All right, and we're good on that one. So hopefully no bubbles. Last one here. Let me get this shaken up. And we're going to have some extra, which I knew we would, so I've got molds ready. Okay. Okay, this is the bronze gold metallic alcohol ink from Let's Resin, and I don't have it open. So let's get this opened here. And we're just going to drop a couple of little drops down in there and let it do its own thing. Here we go. And this should mix up very well. I hope. This resin doesn't really move a whole lot when it cures. I just want him to have a little tint of color. Not a lot. Okay. Now, let me squeeze that around his feet. Make sure I don't have any bubbles up under there. There's one. Okay, I think that's the only one that had a bubble. All right, now let's find us some spare molds. This is a penguin, and I'm going to make for my son. So I'm going to take the white and fill him up. And then we'll paint some black and things on him afterwards. He probably didn't hold about an ounce. About the same as the owl, maybe even a little less. And I'll link these molds that I bought in the description. So there's that one. Now, this is a little lamb. I think we'll probably have enough to do it as well. Just a little tiny mold. Let's squeeze that, just in case a bubble got trapped down in there. I don't see one. So, I think we're good. All right, let's finish filling this up. Okay. We still have some white left. We'll get to that here in a minute. All right, now this is a double butterfly that I got. So we're going to spritz some alcohol down in there. We're going to pour this pink. So I think we'll have enough pink to go right down in this. And then we can spice it up after we're done. After it cures. Okay, let's squeeze it around as well. Just in case. I think it's going to be okay. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's good. Now, I've got a lot of clear and things left. These are little ladybugs, and we will paint them up after, but I think we've got enough to do a few of these. So let's see if we can fill these little things up. Okay. They don't hold much. I think we got enough of the pink to do every one of them. Give him another little drop. Here we go. I think we'll still have pink left. Okay. All right, we still have pink. I want to do another little drop in there and dome him. And I've done overflowed those. So let's see if we can clean that up. And that's from me spritzing that alcohol. Well, I'm making a mess, guys. Almost. Okay. Just about. There. Maybe. Okay. I'm going to get another mold that we can kind of marble up a little bit, and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, guys, so I got this mold here. It's a little flower jar. I'm going to spritz some alcohol in there. And I'm going to drizzle out some of this pink in here a little bit. And then let's do some of this white. Nope, that's clear. See if we can drizzle a little white in here as well. I'm just going to dump some down in there. Okay. Get some more pink. And we're just going to start dumping it. However it turns out is what we're going to get. I think that'll be really pretty. Okay. Just scrape everything I can out of the white container here. Okay. All right. Now, let's scrape everything we can out of the pink one. It's probably all going to turn out pink anyways, but it'll still be pretty. It doesn't matter, the pink, the white, because it's a flower. So these colors I think will be really pretty. Now we're going to do some of the clear and see if we can fill it up. And this might, maybe, it might crackle it, and it may not, because like I said, this resin doesn't like to move at all. You put color in and it's going to stay basically where you put it most of the time. Unless I don't want it to, and then it won't. Okay. And this one may have to move on to the next one to get finished, because I don't think I'm going to have enough to do the bottom. Okay, I've got to get some bubbles out of that. So where is the dotting tool? We're just going to take this around, and if there's any bubbles, hopefully pluck them out. I see a couple, and I think I've got them out. So there we go. All right, now let's finish filling that up. I believe it needs a little spritz. Okay. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add a little paste, and this is the Let's Resin Ocean White paste. We're going to mix this up. Give me a stick here. I'm going to mix that. I've got another mold I'm going to put this in. Okay, I think that's good. Let me scrape that off, because we're going to clean that spatula off and use that. That way I can get everything out of here. But I got this little snowman, and he's a taper candle holder, and I don't think he's going to hold much, and we can fill him up after. But I think this might be enough to fill him up. And I'm not going to clean that off. I think I've done scraped it off pretty well, and there's a little pink tint in this anyways. So if he ends up with a little pink tint, oh well. quite a few extras. Well, I thought it would fill it up. Maybe it won't. You'll have to have more white after. There's all that pink. I wonder if we can put stuff down in there, like some white stones, and get that to fill all the way up so he can be done. We can try it. I think I've got white stones around here somewhere. Do what Miss Sheila does from Reptiles and Resin. Okay, not there. They've got to be over here. Give me just a second, guys. There they are. On my shelf. This is just white gravel. These are my own containers. They're made to self-seal when you put stuff in them. So we're just going to see if we can get some of this gravel and fill him the rest of the way up. I'll have to poke it down in there and see if we can get it to go. Oops, dropped one. Let's move that. Let's see. Will they go down in there? I'm going to get them in everything else, aren't I? I'm just moving him around, trying to get them to go into the bottom. Okay. Let's see if we can get these to go on down. I hope he looks pretty. I've never done this, but I know Miss Sheila does it all the time. And hers always turns out really pretty. Okay. Almost there. I'm still going to spill them. All right. Where's my dotting tool? See if I can get them to go right down in there. I'm making a mess, aren't I? Okay, they feel like they've went around back there. Oh, there we go. Broke loose. Heck yeah. All right. Get some more. Gosh, I hope I don't end up with a bunch of bubbles for doing this. Alrighty. I'm making a mess. Okay, a few more. I want him to be flat on the bottom, but I need him to be completely full too. So, let's get these down in there. I think we're good, guys. It worked. Well, we'll see when I demold him. I think you'll be able to see a few of them, but I think it'll give him character where he's snow. So, alrighty, guys. I'm going to clean up, and I'll see you guys back for demold. Guys, so I thought we would go ahead and finish our bottom jar to go with this. That way, when we demold everything, then it will be done as well. I'm going to use this chocolate brown from Just Resin to do the bottom of the jar, since we have the rose. So I'm just going to use a little scoop there. I might put a little interference green with it to give it a little bit of a green tint as well. I'm not sure. I just want to try out this brown powder. Ooh, that is a dark brown. That's really pretty. It didn't take much, did it? I think I'll leave it as it is. I like that. All right, guys, I am going to mix this up, get it in the vacuum chamber. We'll be back to pour in just a moment. Alrighty, guys, so we got that out of the vacuum chamber. So let's get this poured. Get me a spatula here. I'm going to spritz just a little bit in case there's any bubbles. That will usually help. I could move it on this side. This is so I don't create bubbles. There shouldn't be any bubbles hardly since I got this out of the vacuum chamber. It usually does pretty good about taking them all away. I mixed up 3 ounces, so I don't know how much it's going to hold. I think it'll take all 3. I hope I didn't underdo it. Almost. I think we're going to be okay and have a little left. Good deal. There we go. Dome that up just a little. Get this spatula to get all that, keep from dripping off on me. Okay, so definitely you need 3 ounces because there's not even a ½ ounce left. So that's good. All right, now I have this other little mold, and this is a little cat pendant. So I'm going to try my best. I'm going to spritz a little alcohol and see if I can drip drop some down in this little kitty. Let me get us a pipette. Because a pipette will, where's my box? In front of my nose. A pipette will help us to get it down in there better. I think I've got one smaller than that. Let me look. Okay. A little pipette. They make these in different sizes. I'm not going to need much. I can just put a few drops in there and get it to kind of spread out on its own. It's a bubble. It popped though. Gives you more control with these things. Drop another little drop in that head. There we go. Now let's see if we can get it to go through those little, where's it at? Yeah. Got to get it in the ears. Definitely want the ears. I don't think it's full enough for the ears yet. And get it to go around this tail. Any that I spill over, I may have to, because I've got too much alcohol, I think, in there. Let's see. Get some of that out. Okay, now let's see if we can get it to go down in these little areas. I may have to take tape afterwards and pull off these little drip drops that got everywhere else. Okay, let's give him another little drop or two. So I just drip dropped out of it, didn't I? Now, see if we can get this to go right down in that tail. This is going to be a hard mold to do. Okay, I think I've got it down in the tail. Now, let's see if we can get some of that off. All right. If I can keep it thin, then I'll be able to get it off with some tape without having to mess the little kitty up trying to get it all out. Okay, there we go. And that's going to be the best I'm going to get done on that. And I took it out of his tail though, didn't I? See if I can get it to drip back down in there. There we go. All right, we'll just have to get that part off after, I think, unless I can get it off this way. Oops. There we go. Okay, I think we'll be able to get tape to clean the rest of him up. Now this I am going to move on to the next pour because of it's not enough to... It's going to take too long to cure. I've got to go to work. Which I might fix it with some UV resin maybe. If I do it very, very thin layers with the white. Because I can't do, that's not a UV resin mold and it could mess the mold up. But we'll do what we can with him. So we'll just leave him there. Let him cure. Now, what to do with the rest of this brown? Let's just dump it into our extra mold over here. Because we're still working on it. This is enough to actually make something, but we need to get this mold made as well. So we're just going to put it in here. Scrape all of this out. And here we go. I think that's about it. Scrape that down. I'll clean this off. We'll just take some alcohol, spritz it. Now with these curved spatulas, I've also seen Michelle with Glitz and Glitter. She takes her mold release spray, and I think I actually have the same one she has. I've had this forever and a day and I don't ever use it. And just spritz a little on that and rub it in. And it's supposed to make these things last longer. And I've noticed it's done a big difference when you do that. It really does absorb down in that silicone. Because this one was stiff as a board. And I sprayed some of this on it, and it has actually made it usable again. So, just a little tip there that I learned. Pass it off to you guys. All right, I'm going to spritz some alcohol because I want this to move around that whole thing and give it a thin layer if I can. And that alcohol will prevent the bubbles. And then it will all absorb before this even cures up. It will dissipate. So you won't have to worry about it. I just like to have a whole layer of brown if I can. Doesn't have to be a thick layer. Just a little thin layer. All right, we'll set that to the side. Let that cure up and be ready for its next go round. All right, guys. I'll let all this cure up. We'll come back this afternoon when I get off from work and demold some of this. Do you see how that resin does not move? That alcohol ink is still in there exactly where I put it and where it moved to. So, curious to see how everything's going to turn out. A lot of painting to do. All right, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Alrighty guys, everything has cured up other than our little kitty. He is still, where he's so thin, he's not cured completely. So I'm going to set him to the side, and before the end of the video, before I reveal how everything turns out, we will finish him off with some UV resin and finish him then. And then we'll be able to reveal everything else. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can get some of the pieces of resin, that a little bit overage here, off of some of these molds. Oh guys, I did get got my trifocals finally today. They did fix my lenses correctly this time, so I can finally see. It's going to take me a bit to get used to them, but I'm glad to now have that area of vision. It was just very difficult to see my computer at work. All right. Come on, there's a little, there we go, I got it. Let's get this one. He didn't really have much. And this one we're just going to take and clean him off a little bit here. There's just a little alcohol. I'm just going to wipe this off and get that chrome powder where I went over. All right. Well, now I'm getting him everywhere else. Okay. Where's my tape? Now, let's clean that back off. There we go. And of course, I've been up here for a long time and that heater didn't kick on until now. Okay, let's demold and see what we got. Do our extras first. So we'll do the flower. He's definitely going to be needing some trimming because that's a little bit sharp. I think I see a bubble right there. No, it was just it does have a couple bubbles, but that was the white that I saw. So let's see how this turns out. He's got a bubble there and a bubble there I'm going to have to fix. Okay, no other ones than that. Well, that's pretty. I didn't realize the center was different, so we'll paint that up as well. Might do something around the tips. Now, let's see if the bottom is ready. I got an itch. Well, okay. It's still a little soft, but I think we can get it demolded without an issue. I'll just have to bend it back in shape. That's pretty. Be pretty just by itself, without the top. Put like thumbtacks and things in. Okay, a little different. Cute. Okay, don't want it to stick together. All right, let's see our little ladybugs. We'll paint these up as well. Isn't that cute? Those are really cute. Turn them into little magnets. Or you can do a little pendant for a little girl. Okay. Now, this is my penguin for my son. I ordered this just for him. I'll have to look at a photo so I can see how to finish him up. I got his wings. Good. No bubbles anywhere. Awesome. I'll probably pour some UV resin in here and cure that up because it shrank. And if I fall that down, I'm going to fall his feet off. And I don't want that to happen. I do have a bubble in his beak, so I'll have to build his beak up and then we'll paint it. So I missed the beak. All right. I'll know that for the next time for that mold. There's a piece of resin stuck. I'll have to get that off. That'll drive me crazy. All right, our little lamb. This one was extra as well. He should just pop right out. Oh, that's cute. Okay. No bubbles. There's a little place for the mold I think's messed up down in there. We'll paint up a little face and things on there. Paint that up. Okay. I think the rest of these were my own, right? I know this one is. Nope, this one wasn't. This was an extra. This is that double butterfly. Okay. Okay, that turned out really pretty. I'll have to fall down a little bit around the wings. And then we will paint that up, maybe put some rhinestones on there. You can tell this mold came from Temu. They always have these little areas that you have to fix. But we'll follow the back. It's really pretty. Make a pretty magnet, wouldn't it? All right. Our snowman was extra, and we put the rocks in him. So let's see how he turned out. You can definitely see the rocks, but it kind of looks like it's ice. So that is cool. That actually gave it a cool effect. Let me get this out so you can see it. And there's where you put your taper candle down in there. And I have some battery powered ones that would look really cute. Turn him back up. Isn't that cute? Paint him up. Don't you think that looks like ice? Little frozen specks down in there. That'll be really cute. Okay. So that's all the extras. I knew we was going to have quite a few. But, okay. Now my molds. Let's start with our hedgehog. Get this one right off of his feet. This is a little diamond mold. Hear it crackle. And he just pops right out. Oh, I love him. I really like that. Oh, I got a bubble in his foot. One foot. I didn't squeeze out good enough, so I'll have to fix that little foot. Paint his little face, his ears. Isn't that cute? Look at him sparkle. I'll probably make this one and put it on eBay. So, that's a really cute mold. I'll clean mine up. Now, if I do put them on eBay, they will have this little ring around them, just to let you guys know, because my mold housing has that in it, and I can't do anything about it. I've tried to file it down as best I could. All right. Now, I know this owl gave me some time trying to demold the original piece. So, let's see. I can just pop him out. Press. Come on. There he comes. It's getting those wings out. Oh, he came out so good. No bubbles. A few little micro bubbles here. He molded up very well. A few micro bubbles in the front. We'll paint his eyes. I'm going to paint his belly and stuff over to get that chrome powder, because I got it down on him. So we'll paint him back up. Follow the bottom. Or fill it in with some UV resin. He is really, really cute. Isn't he cute? He'd be cute and clear as well, because he's got a little diamondy head. Okay. All right. And this one I just made in a cup to be able to mold him. Okay, so we got those two. Now, this is my Santa tea light. This is really, really pretty piece that I used. Very easy to demold. I'll put this one on eBay as well once I make it. Oh, I love him. I'll paint him up. Put your taper candle there. We'll paint him up. Got a few little micro bubbles. No. It's actually not micro bubbles. I must not have done the resin very well, because they're completely flat. It's probably micro bubbles down inside that didn't quite come to the top. Almost did though. But we'll fix him up. He turned out really, really awesome, and he has the line going around him as well. like I said, it doesn't affect the mold. It's just the way my mold housing is made. There's plenty of silicone between him and the mold. Now, this flower, ooh, I got a bubble. Okay, it's the only one I see. Now, this thing is huge. So he's a bit difficult to demold. I'm not going to lie. You have to get each one of these out, and then you can grab a hold of it and pull it out. Oh, that turned out awesome. And I'll put that one on eBay as well. He's got diamond ridges around the outer edge, so you can do this however you like. And he's got a little flower bottom as well. But that turned out great. I really like that. I might take some silver and go around the tips of him. And I'll put that one on eBay as well. Once I have them fixed, I'm going to create an eBay store. My husband's on to me about it. But anyways, then I can put these molds on there. All right, guys, we will have to do a time lapse, fix all this stuff up, and then hopefully this will be completely cured, and we can do our UV resin down in there and finish fixing him up. So I'll see you guys back after the time lapse.
In Linda's room, the colors play. Glitter whispers, night meets day. Hands that mold, hearts that glow. Epoxy rivers start to flow. Pour the dreams, let them set. A masterpiece you won't forget. Sparkle and shine, oh let it gleam. Linda's resin room, the art supreme. Every swirl a story untold. Unique like fire, fierce and bold. Fierce and bold. The edges glint, the light rip.
Hey guys, so I got everything done. I haven't spray sealed anything yet because it's raining. But I got my little owl, and for some reason the orange just does not want to stick to his little nose right there in the center. I keep trying. It just kind of rolls away. So I'll just keep doing my best to get it on there. But I thought he turned out really cute. Just painted him up. I didn't do anything else to him because I like him how he is. I didn't paint around his eyes though because I wanted that little bit of a shimmer difference. Now, my little penguin, I didn't add anything to him other than paint him up because this is for my son. And guys, I don't want to dress up a penguin that he won't like. He'll want it exactly how it's supposed to be. So I did pull up a picture, and I tried to make it look as close to a penguin as I could. I got alcohol on that. I don't want to pick that up. So painted his little feet pink, his little beak, his eyes, and then painted him. He turned out really cute. I painted gold around the edges of the inside flower and silver around the edges of the outside flower. And that's all I've done to that. I painted the center brown with some silver around the tips of that flower for that jar. I painted with metallic markers a little purple for the body of the butterfly. And then I added some rhinestones to the tips of the wings, all in purple. So pink and purple. I painted my little lamb and then gave her some little nail polish on her nails and gave her a little cute butterfly on her head. For the ladybugs, I just painted them up. I'll probably put some a little Lord, I can't think. Like a little, what's it called? A bell on them to hold to be a charm for a necklace. And that's all I did for those. For my Santa, I painted his face up, painted his hat, and then I gave him some holographic snowflakes on his hat. So that's all I've done with him. And my little hedgehog, I gave her some fingernails after I painted her fingernails after I fixed her little paw there up. Gave her a little flower. And gave her some little earrings on her ears after I painted them and painted her little face. And that's all I've done with her. Now, this is our little cat pendant. Okay, that turned out okay. I do need to cure this side, and then I can finish fixing this up for the photo. Not sure I care much for that, but thought we would try it. Oh, that goes to my rhinestones. But, oh, and my snowman. Painted his hat and his scarf, his little buttons, his face, and I gave him some holly on his hat. That's what I did with the little snowman. Have I missed anything? Nope, I think that's it. All right. It's still a little sticky, so I'm going to let that cure up for a little bit. Then I'm going to paint up on the face and fix a few little spots on it. See if I can find a bezel to put it in. And then I'll post some pictures of everything, guys, once I spray seal everything and put the bells on the back of these. Then I'll post some photos, and I'll see you guys back for the next video. So, bye for now.